I can get in a car and run a bunch of people over. Does that mean the car company or the car that I was driving or the truck I was driving should be shut down because cars are bad?
Exactly.
Cars are, things are bad in the wrong hands, but I don't think music is.
Right.
And we are always the ones that have always said we don't have a message. It's all horror movie stuff. It's really all it is. It's not, there's nothing, we're not stabbing up, poking a stick at religion or politics. We're not even in that arena at all. We all have our own opinions about it personally. If people ask us in interviews, we might, we'll talk about that. But we really, in the end, are not pushing an agenda. We're just playing brutal music, and the lyrics fit that. We like horror movies. There you go. And a lot of our lyrics, I think the one thing is our lyrics aren't about any particular horror movie. It's not like we go, oh, right. I saw Shining, so let's write a song about that. We don't. It's just stuff concocted out of our heads, and for whatever reason, people think it's just bad influence on young kids, and it's like, really, give it a break. I mean, really.
Well, I've always wondered, like with politicians, they always want to get involved in things that is not their domain, like such as music, extreme music. But you don't normally see extreme musicians trying to get involved in politics and say you should pass this bill and you shouldn't pass this one and you should do this. It's kind of a really one-way street.
It's stupidity on our part. When somebody should, hey, step up and put politics, into this and get people. I mean, look, get people involved in it or something, because nothing's really happened in the States. It's really, there's never been really any real censorship like that. I mean, outside of, well, we're not going to carry your record, or we're not going to do that,
right.
And that is censorship. But, hey, I own a business, it's my choice. I should be able to decide what I want to sell there, you know what I mean? If I'm, vegetarian, I'm not going to start up a burger joint.
Right, exactly.
And you can't force them to sell hamburgers, so Walmart don't sell their CDs. That's up to them, and that's fine. Best Buy, I think, does, and the thing is they don't need to. I'm not saying they shouldn't come to our house, if you will,
right,
and talk trash, but you know what? I mean, just don't be ignorant about it. Don't be one-sided. Just come in with an open mind.
Exactly.
It really, to me, it's like this. If you're really so against all this music, why don't you talk to the kids? Why don't you talk to the people who you think are being affected? Let's get their opinion. Let's see what their mentality is. They'll probably. The only problem is when you're younger, you don't give a shit. Bob Dole comes up to you and it's like, so, man, what do you think about that? He's just gonna be like, fuck you, old man. Yeah. I know you fucking hate Cannibal Corpse. Kiss my ass,
Right.
So fuck off. And he's gonna give me the thing. Look how these guys have made this kid. And it's like, but it's like, no, you have come out and slammed us. You know what I mean? Or did at the time.
Right.
Anyone comes out and slams us, they're gonna defend us.
Of course.
So if somebody comes up to my dad and smacks him, I'm gonna knock their fucking head off. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna think about it.
Exactly.
I'm gonna fucking do it. And to some kids, this music is their life. I mean, I can tell you, there's a lot of people that come up to me and said, you know what? You got me through a lot. Okay, yeah, we sing about murdering people and shit. We got horror movies. But kids go, man, you got me through a lot of tough stuff. I would probably kill myself if I didn't have you guys to just listen to and just know, man, I still have these guys and they're, or this band or all these different bands or death metal in general, or metal in general.
Yep.
People don't understand how powerful music is, I mean,
absolutely.
I hope that we never see the day that someone kills himself listening to us, because it's gonna just but I will sit here and defend them,
like the stained glass, like that whole deal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But we're almost worse because of all of our lyrics. You know what I mean? And people just say, look at them. They won't even listen. They won't even go back. Why don't you go back and research? Look at our interviews. Don't think it. None of our interviews ever say, yeah, man, we want all the kids to go out and kill themselves. We want all the kids to go out and shoot somebody in the head, or cut their head off and mail it in a box. I mean, to their parents. Well, I've said that to some people. So people throw shit at me on stage. I'm like, I'll fucking cut your head off.
But that's part of the performance.
Just, you got to take it with a sprinkle of salt over it. But yeah, throw something at me again. I'm gonna buy you a Porsche.
Yeah.
It's super extreme, and and people. I think the kids, they laugh at it. I think people now throw stuff at me just to see what I'll say.
They want you to.
I've been notorious for just going ballistic. People. But I mean, if someone does do something like that, I hope that I know that they're just going to come right at how bad we are and whatnot. And
Yeah.
it's, you know,
It's kind of fucked up, you know, that, you know, whether it's politics or religion, saying that, you know, that extreme music and death metal and stuff like that is so scary and it controls kids and this kind of bullshit. But in actuality, when you look at my personal opinion, when you look at organized religion, they're the ones that historically have used fear to control the masses, not music. So it's kind of fucking.
Oh yeah, they'll you know, they'll do what they have to do to get people in the churches, you know. And I just love how, I mean, I'm sure there are good preachers and priests across the U.S. that really genuinely believe in whatever's good the Bible's talking about, which to me is just common sense, you know.
Right.
All the, like the Ten Commandments that say that's common sense, you know what I mean?
Right.
Don't fucking kill people, don't steal from people, you know.
Yep.
But I mean, you know, there's some that genuinely are just trying to push that idea across. But there are a lot of others that we all know about, TV evangelists and whatnot. And motherfuckers sitting in the Vatican, it's all about money and power.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe it wasn't if the Pope was so, you know what I mean, such a humble person, live in a fucking hut. All right?
Exactly.
Live in a fucking hut. Why you gotta have all the gold? You know, because it's blood. You bought it all with blood.
I remember me and my wife were out late one night watching. You flip through and you see those stupid religious whatever.
I watch them sometimes.
The one I like the best is, I don't know what their fucking names are, but you ever hear that dude and his wife talk about the prayer cabin?
Oh yeah.
And say, send us money so we can, you know, build this prayer cabin, and they try to make it like this is for you, and it's like, holy, you are blatantly saying, send us money so we can build a fucking nice summer home.
Yeah.
And it's incredible that it to me it's so blatant, but to other people it's like this, and they like, dude, here's my money. It's like, what the fuck is going on?
People are fucking blind, man.
It just blows.
Blind faith, you know.
Yeah. Your other side project, if you will, Paths of Possession. Last record you guys put out was in 2007.
Yeah.
Anything coming down the pike in the near future?
Well, we have the music pretty much for a whole new album.
Sweet.
Just Cannibal's busy, you know.
Yeah.
I will probably, well, I definitely will write the lyrics with our bass player Randy.
Nice.
But Mr. Randy joined the army.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, he
Okay.
might be going to Afghanistan,
Ooh,
you know,
geez.
not sometime next year. So
Right.
that's, you know, and Cannibal's so busy anyway that we have not had time to even possibly record anything.
Right.
You know, I mean, we got home the 2nd of November, and we came right back out. We left the night of the 4th to do this tour of November, so we didn't even have 2 days off. And you know what I mean. So we're doing a stretch run here that there's just no time to do. Even if I was writing some lyrics while we're out here, there's just no time to record it. But the music is there for a whole new album.
Right.
It's just now it's been, you know, almost 2 years since all that music was written.
You don't know if he's gonna be like.
Well, who know? You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
And the other guys in the band are busy with some other bands as
Right.
well. You know, I know our drummer Nick and our guitar player Jack. They have a band called Promethean Horde.
Right. I've heard of that.
They're doing some shows. They actually just played with Marduk
Nice.
this month in Tampa. They have that. Jack had played on this band Cancer Slug's last record.
Right.
So they're doing other stuff while, you know, Pop's like in limbo.
Yep.
But eventually, we call it Pops, just so people know. We were gonna make sure to say we're Pop, fuck you. Or maybe put it on the back and just whatever you know the album cover would be. You know,
That'd be awesome.
just because it's kind of, you know, funny. But yeah, it's really cool because a lot of people have actually been asking me about it. Like lately, it's like, wow, you know, I didn't really know that it was actually as many people knew about it as it seems to do. You know, and it's been a few years since we did the first record, so
Right.
we're gonna do it. It's just a matter of when, you know. I mean, we're just more than likely. I mean, we're gonna be so busy even next year.
Not gonna happen.
It's probably not even gonna. I don't want to say it like this because it's possible,
Right.
but I probably wouldn't say it until 2011, which sucks.